How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about JetBlue kicking a mother and her 6 children off of a flight because of the mother's youngest child's refusal to wear a mask. You know how little kids are, they're not really going to understand the importance or the severity of wearing the mask. And what can you really do to force the child to wear the mask that won't get you hemmed up with CPS? And before I go down that rabbit hole, let's roll the news clip. In this clip, you'll see some of the confrontation between the mother and the flight attendant, and you'll also hear from the mother in her own words what happened and what was going on. After we get done with that, I'll talk about what was said and done there. Then I'll give you my 2 cents, my deep detailed analysis, and then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
What you're doing is irrational.
Cameras rolling Wednesday as a mom is being told to get off a JetBlue flight from Orlando to Newark because her 2-year-old daughter would not wear a mask.
She's 2 years old. She's 2 years old. It's on your website.
I was so taken aback. I said, what did I do? Why?
Haya Bruck was traveling with her 6 kids when her youngest, Dina, just wouldn't wear that mask.
And she started crying. She didn't want to wear one. They said she has to wear it. It has to cover her nose and her mouth. I said, what am I supposed to do? Should I tie her hands and feet? Like, how am I supposed to force her to wear a mask?
Other passengers joining in to support her.
I stuck up for her.
Chardette Poinsett says when she did, her family was also kicked off the flight. JetBlue says she and others became uncooperative and they were issued a full refund and escorted from the gate.
They're trying to make it seem it's about my son because he was eating French fries boarding the plane and he didn't have a mask on.
JetBlue says it sends customers this email before the flight that reads, all travelers 2 years of age and older must wear a face covering, and that the policy was updated 2 weeks ago. But Bruck says the JetBlue website said this on Wednesday. Children who are not able to maintain a face covering are exempt from the requirement.
If you had to do it all over again, would you travel now during the pandemic after this experience?
Absolutely not. It was extremely traumatizing for me and my family.
And JetBlue says that, the mother says that a JetBlue executive did call her to apologize. By the way, most major airlines do have similar policies in place, and the CDC says that children 2 and up should be wearing a face covering. Michael?
Well, it's hard with a 2-year-old, Gio. They call it terrible twos for a reason. The Navy SEAL who said he killed Osama bin Laden, he's making headlines for a picture that he posted.
Oh, he sure is. Let's go ahead and show you that picture, Michael. He posted it on Twitter on a Delta flight. You can see him right there. And he was seen on that flight not wearing a mask. He says his wife later deleted the photo from his account. Now he says Delta has banned him. Clearly, the airlines are taking this very, very seriously.
All right, you saw that, you heard that. Now, this story is crazy. I'm not really sure where to begin. I guess the elephant in the room for me is, like I was saying before, you have a little kid. The girl is 2 years old. What are you really going to do to force the child to wear a mask? Back in my day, I might would have got a whooping right there on the plane, but you can't do that anymore. That's called child abuse. You would have CPS, the police, all kind of people involved. You might have your kids taken away from you right there on the plane and get kicked off at the same time. So it doesn't make much sense to try and force a child to put on the mask if they don't want to wear it in that situation. And beyond that, I thought that children were very low transmitters of the virus, and they had a very low mortality rate. You're talking about extremely, extremely low. Now, maybe JetBlue does not want to have any kind of litigation on their head by having a child catch the virus on the plane, and they trying to say, oh, you killed my baby, all this and that. I don't know what's going on, but they're going to have more litigation as it relates to this, because according to the mother, there was a piece of text on their website. Maybe it's still there, maybe it's not. If you guys know, let me know in the comments below. But on the website, it says the exception is for children that cannot maintain a face mask, because they know how kids are. If your child cannot maintain a face mask, there was an exception for your child. So why did that not get followed? And why did the executive from JetBlue call the mother and apologize? Apologize for what? if you have a certain rule that says you got to wear a face mask 2 years or older and there's nothing else to it and it was right to kick you off, then what are you apologizing for? You're apologizing, in my humble opinion, because you want to lower the chances of a lawsuit coming. But if I was a mother, I would sue right away, because not only did it get kid off the flight, it was traumatizing for her and for the kids. I sue right away. And you know what? This is part of the reason why I've not really been traveling. I want to travel a lot. I want to be able to move around, but I don't want to be on a plane and be forced to wear a mask. And if I'm not wearing it right, they want to harass me and ban me, all kind of stuff. I just don't want to deal with it. And really, the mask, it's hard for me to breathe, okay? If I got to cover my nose, I don't have a small nose. I'm used to breathing through my nose. So if I'm covering my nose and my mouth, it's almost the equivalent of wearing a plastic bag. You understand? I'm not going to be able to breathe very well in this. So, no, I don't want to wear a mask. I want to be able to breathe. And the virus is not even that bad. Okay, it's a virus that exists. It's not a fake virus. We all know that it's here and it came from China, possibly on purpose. I won't go down that rabbit hole, so I digress. The point is that it's here, it's real, it came from China. But is it that bad to the point where I'm gonna suffocate myself to prevent from spreading it? I mean, you can't even prevent getting it that way. I've been tested for the virus. I don't have it. I've not had it. So why must I wear this mask to restrict my breathing? And why must little kids wear the mask? Maybe little kids know that they can't breathe in it either, and they don't want to wear it for that reason, which is why there was an exception, was being the key word possibly. There was an exception on the website for little kids to not have to wear the mask. If they cannot maintain the face mask, then they don't have to wear it. That should be pretty much the long and short of it. There have been other parents who've had the same thing happen. People, I think one family, like what was seen in the video, one family, their little boy was eating some French fries as they were getting on the plane, and then they got booted off for that. It's like, really, are we gonna do that? So if you're on the plane, are you allowed to eat? Because last I checked, last time I was flying, which was in March, right before all this stuff happened, right before the mandatory face masks were going on, they were giving you snacks on the plane. He want some cookies, want some ginger ale? Sure. I'll take some cookies and some ginger ale or some Cheez-Its or some water or something like that. Sure, I'll take that. How am I going to eat it with the face mask on? I got to take my mask off and eat. And if I'm eating, there's probably a higher chance of me emitting some kind of particles and whatnot from the foods, all right? And it's going to be heavier because you're gonna have a whole cheese nip particle with the virus on it, and it's going to be spread around the cabin, all right? So I don't really understand how the mask mandate makes any sense, aside from just the litigation protection. Now you're going to have a lawsuit from not only that mother, but also probably other parents and other people who have been kicked off the plane or banned from the planes or whatever because of the whole mask thing. One guy that saw at the very end took a picture with a mask off and got banned from a plane because of that. He might have had the mask on the majority of the time. How you don't know that he was on the plane with a whole sandwich that you might have served him, eating it, took a quick selfie, ate the sandwich and put the mask back on? So he got banned for that. As I close, I want to say this whole mask hysteria phenomenon has gone way too far. It's gone way too far. Okay, I'm pretty much done with it. I'm over with it. And I don't really want to travel until it's finished. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to have anybody try to, kick me off the plane or ban me or call the police. I'm good. I am good. And what's going to end up happening is that you're going to have a lasting effect. People don't forget about stuff like this. Okay, JetBlue or Delta or whoever else. I don't know about Delta, but I know about JetBlue. Remember the whole thing with United where the guy got beat up on the plane? I mean, stuff like that, it stays with you. Your reputation is going to be soiled here because of how you treat people during this whole so-called pandemic. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that JetBlue was right to ban or kick off the mother and the 6 kids because of the little kid not being able to wear the mask? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or was it the wrong thing to do? Especially since their own website said that if your child cannot maintain the face mask, you're exempt. If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. You guys know where I stand. They're totally wrong, not just from my own personal point of view morally, but from their own policy. Follow your own policy. The policy says 2 years or older, you got to wear a face mask, except for those that cannot maintain it because they know how little kids are. And little kids don't even really have a problem with the virus. It's not even the issue. It's the issue with mostly elderly people, not little kids. That is a fact that we all know. They're trying to avoid lawsuits probably, but they're going to have more lawsuits about how they treat their customers that follow the rules, that adhere to all the policies. Don't kick me off the flight when you say I can't stay according to your own rules. Follow your rules. Don't try to tell me what I got to do. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.